I want to go through a couple of the main things in the tools, the models, the policies. So first, maybe how many of you have noticed what happened with Gemini since May 20? Right? Not so many, but so let me share you some examples. So it was so good that I moved all of my email, all of my document management to Google, even though I'm not a fan of Google. So, but it is really great. I want to show you. So before I jump into showing you some of these tools that are now available, like with the great functions. So how many of you are using NotebookLM? Also, not as many, but I see some. It's actually working very well on small languages like Latvian language, but the great tool is that you see if I type in @ I see I have the integrations of RAG systems through all of these components. So basically, if I connect all of my email going through the Gmail, I have finally good semantic search, like not as the bad version of Microsoft Copilot. So if I'm writing here and I will write like, let's say, MILA event today, what place and time. It should go through my emails. It also can go through the Google Docs, through the calendar, through the notes. Notes also a great thing. Like keep, you can use it on that way. So it's saying here. So this is the event today at this time. I can ask follow-up questions, or I can get to the email just by clicking like that. So this is really powerful in my opinion. So you can judge yourself, but this is powerful. So the other powerful thing is finally something that was not done by any normal company. It's like I was expecting Microsoft Word to do this, but finally Google Doc have something that is significant. So how many of you have worked with Cursor, right, and programming? So again, not as many. So there is a great tool that helps to do computer programming extremely fast, much faster than GitHub Copilot. And this is now also for the text. And how it works, I select the segment in my project. I have this part, and I can modify with the context in very detailed, anything that I have there, immediately change, ship, very fast. No, don't need to copy paste from any AI tools. So I can rephrase, shorten, elaborate. I can add here, let's say, so this is again in my small Latvian language, but I can even, it works in Latvian as well, great. So add metric SNR to this text. If I would say in Latvian, it would do this in Latvian, but just for the listeners, let's make it in English. It can immediately also translate this stuff. So now it's generating this paragraph in a new way, and this is very good stuff, because if any of you know something, there is like these quality criteria, and it understood the correct place where to put it in, and if I would ask some more things, it would explain. So we could actually do this. Let me do this. So if I think that this is not enough, so add explanation of SNR to paragraph, right? Refine. It will add explanation. So, and it understands the context. And yeah, so, I'm not sure where it added, but it should add. So, and then I replace it, and it comes up like that. And then I can work very quickly with documents. So don't need to copy paste. Only the caveat Google Docs. So Google Docs is maybe not the most common place to write the complex documents, but finally somebody did it, which I was waiting for a very long time. So that's why, all right, the last thing, many of you didn't use NotebookLM. NotebookLM is a fantastic tool. It is right now for free. It is the best RAG tool out there, better than ChatGPT projects. So let me try to find you some case. So here, let me show this one. So here is the added documents of more than 20 documents about AI use cases in seaports. And by the way, it works great even in Latvian, but even in audio Latvian, you will see in a second. But in English, it is fantastic. So English. So I will show you a couple of these things. So let me maybe refresh it. Okay, let's refresh it. And now let's ask. So, what is the use case in ports using robots? I'm not sure actually if there is one, but by the way, it gives also some questions below. But we'll see if it's actually there. So it will be really cool to see. So it is generating, and I will show you the main difference to the ChatGPT. I believe ChatGPT projects will add this function very soon. So it's now going through that indexing. By the way, you can in parallel also generate this thing. So there is a timeline. It can generate all of the timeline, what documents at what time, what events happened in this particular set. So now here it says, so AI arrivals, where is some automation of identification of goods? It seems that there is no, so it says based on the sources, there is not robots, but there is other sources, but that's okay. So the other sources, let's say real tracking of goods, an OCR. And if I press, it goes to the specific document, it highlights the specific paragraph. So this is much, much better than any ChatGPT projects. So, and on top of that, there is something extremely cool. It generates automatically based on this document podcast. Maybe some of you have heard this.
All right, let's dive into the world of automated container terminals. Those super high-tech ports where algorithms are calling the shots. We've got a ton of research and articles, and I'm excited to get into some pretty amazing numbers.
It's an interesting area for sure, where cutting-edge tech meets the massive scale of global shipping.
Absolutely. And today, we really want to understand how these automated systems are changing the way goods move around the world.
We're going to look at specific use cases, real-world examples, and the efficiency gains that automation is bringing to global trade.
Perfect. Now, one thing that I found interesting is that even though everyone's talking about automation, it's not as widespread as I thought. One source says only about 3% of ports globally have any automation at all.
Yeah.
So 3% ports globally have AI automation at all. So by the way, it works great in Latvian as well with emotions and everything. So excellent in Latvian. So how I use it usually is I have a bunch of documents I need to study. There's the app as well, and there is this thing. It works in English that you can join the conversation. It says, hello, we have a listener, ask a question, and you ask a question, it answers. So basically, it is a great tool. I use it to study topics, and this is not random stuff. You can direct the conversation. So if I delete this one, and if I'm now asking to customize, I can write whatever I need in my podcast. It will generate it 10 minutes. Go and make food for the kids or something, and learn everything you need about complex documents. So, and on top of that, you can then search here with a high detail precision. So this is something everybody should know and use. And basically, this is a part of the May 20th release. So this is very powerful. Then next one is also from Google. This is so I will need to switch now to VPN because we live in Europe where everything is prohibited. So this is not available in Europe, but this is very powerful. So yeah, so let's give some example, and then maybe I will show in real time how it works.
Controversial yacht comments have already sparked 3 separate protests. 4 planned for tomorrow. More stupid idea! The mayor wants to bring 500 high-paying jobs to Springfield by closing the only high school, replacing them for state-of-the-art.
So this is fully AI. There's there's no reference images, no nothing. It generates audio, text, video, everything at once. Basically, what I see now, see the realism, right? There's everything AI. There's no references. Basically, I see a lot of materials where now, like in the social media, people are freaking out because they cannot distinguish real news from these kind of things. But this goes even further. You can control it in very detail. So the way how you can control it, I just want to share you one quick example. Again, only through VPN because of the EU regulations, which we hopefully will manage to cancel someday. So here is the image generation. I believe this one is as good or better than basically Photoshop. So the Photoshop generative fill needs some work to be done. So you'll see. So I will add my picture. I just want to give you one quick use case, maybe. So the picture, and here on this tool, I will just ask that. Raise arm and point towards camera. And with basically with just any kind of prompt, I can immediately modify my images, photos, and so on. And like if you have tried this with ChatGPT, you would never ever get such high quality. This is next level quality basically. So this is next level quality, and you can immediately start using it. And how you can use it, you can go to the video generation tool. So this is what generated those cool news. So you just need to be careful to change it to this new model, which also generates audio. And also there is some limitations. For example, the main limitation, which is a little bit annoying, is that this new model only supports first frame. So the most AI video models have first and last frame. So and then you can make long videos. Basically, there is already many AI movies coming out where people are generating 30-second fragments with the first and last image, and you can just replace the whole movie production. So, but here, let me show you some quick example. So if I pick one of my pre-made images, so this is how I generate some of my social media posts, right? I will put this one, and I would say, so talking and gesticulating, right? Hopefully not make mistakes. And then generate this one. And then we can come back to this, while it is not as fast as some other tools, but these are excellent tools. You need to know them. These are available but you need to use VPN. So then there's another great cool stuff. I will just show you maybe also in Latvian and in English. 11 Labs version 3 now works great in Latvian as well, and also of course in other languages. So let me show, this is by the way, this is in the top 10 most earned AI companies in the world. The first is OpenAI, of course, the best company with revenue. One of these are 11 Labs. This is the speech generation. So they just released the new model. So just to show you the ability for the previous model for generating my own voice. By the way, you need to, this is the...
Tesla has announced that the company's long-awaited robotaxi service is tentatively scheduled to begin offering public rides in Austin, Texas on June 22nd, with Musk emphasizing that...
So as you hear, this is me, but basically to have my voice clone, please don't use the cheap version. There's a cheap and an expensive version. Expensive version takes 30 minutes of your voice. It is this quality. The cheap voice clone is bad. So again, everywhere where you see the more expensive version, this is much better. So also here, this is Latvian. Let me check. So this is the new one, Latvian. Let me see that one.
Senajā Eldarijas zemē, kur debesis bija krāsotas ar mistisku toņa nokrāsām, un meži čukstēja senas noslēpumus, dzīvoja pūķis vārdā Zefiros. Atšķirībā no baisajām pūķa leģendām, kas senajā Eldarijas zemē, kur debesis bija krāsotas ar mistisku toņa nokrāsām, un meži čukstēja senas noslēpumus, dzīvoja pūķis vārdā Zefiros. Atšķirībā no baisajām pūķa leģendām, kas cilvēka sirdis piepildījās šausmām, Zefiros bija brīnuma un gudrības radījums, ko godāja visi, kas zināja par viņa esamību.
So for very good quality, it can also have emotions. You can add sadness, happiness, and so on. And this is already, everybody can use it, basically. So we need, as myself and Tilde also makes the robocalls for debt collectors and let's say, medical institutions, we need to up the game. So we are already working to make our models as good as these. But these cost money, but this is great stuff. So again, we should not be like ostrich with the head in the sand. We need to know that things are moving away. So that's that. So here is that video which I just generated. So only the audio is, I'm not sure. So if you add the image, I believe, then they don't give the audio. But you see it's, so the next step, how I would do, I would generate with 11 Labs what I say, and then I would add the lip sync, and I have my own video immediately. So this is easy to do nowadays. So that's that. Let's go next example in the news. So Anthropic released Cloud 4, Opus model 4. So as you see, this is IQ test. You can find it on internet for all of these models, every day updated. This is today. So today, all of the paid, the most expensive models are above the human IQ, like average IQ, 130. And these new O4 model, the cloud models are here. So they are not as good. So if you want right now the best doctor available, which the studies actually show, you use paid version of O3 in OpenAI, add the deep research, wait 10 minutes, and you will have the best doctor advice in the world, scientifically proven. So that's that. Then there was an interesting paper from OpenAI, from Apple. So there's an interesting paper from Apple that's called the illusion of thinking. So this is on the research side. So they gave in a text, not in a visual format, but in text, these kind of tasks like towers, right? You need to move all of the elements, some of the checkers and things of that sort to language models to solve these tasks. And the interesting result was this. So these, some of these powerful cloud models were able to solve the task by complexity of 7 elements, and then it dropped to 0, basically. All of these models dropped to 0 accuracy, basically. And the thing is, what they argue is that these language models actually learn patterns. They learn every single thing that's happening in the order, and if in the training set there is no longer sequences, then it will not memorize them and will not be able to do any like normal human decision-making, reasoning process. So that's their hypothesis. But I would argue that this is not the whole story, because I can definitely break this paper if somebody would give me. So how to break this paper is you interpret that problem of basically, so let me go back. So let's recode this problem not in the natural text, but let's generate Python code, or let's generate some symbolic representation. Then I solve this problem, and then I generate back the text. So this is the way how, like with a tool, using of tool, this is solvable. And I believe nobody should now, looking at this paper, say that, oh, AI is stupid, we will not need, it is not able to really reason and things of that sort, because this is not the point. We have great tool that can translate the human language into computer language and back. So this is very powerful. So that's that. And the last, I think this was this is the previous last slide, is so AI Act. There is a real opposition, June 10. And I'm now in communication with lots of government officials. Hopefully we will join. So the Poland, Czech, Hungary, France, Italy are opposing of implementing AI Act. So, and this is a good news for all of us, because if they implement AI Act on August 2 for these high-risk solutions, then it means that AI solutions need to go through the certification like drug companies. Like no other country in the world or organizations are enforcing AI, like let's say this is really on the, let's say, production line, recognizing some kind of items or something, and then you need to certify your solution so that it matches all of these requirements, like a drug developer. So, but there is a good news that lots of countries are now joining fight against this, and hopefully we will delay it, and they already canceled the second part of AI Act, so this is good news. Finally, there is this is also great, cool stuff. Maybe I have a video. So the AI autonomous drone, so fully controlled by AI, beat the world champion in the FPV drone race. So 170 meter, 22 gates in 17 seconds, and it drove at 97 km/h. And basically, no human was able to beat this AI system for this. And I think I had also here the video.
Any given time. One challenge.
So the competition is something like that. But basically, nobody controlled this drone, and it was able to beat the best human player. So yeah, and that's it for today. So don't be like ostrich. This is coming. Let's not pretend that this is not coming, and let's try to work all together. Thank you.